Are we gonna need a bigger 4th of July?
Princess Bear here today. We're in Universal Studios. Yes, we still come here often enough, but it's time to celebrate
Jaws.
Yes, this is the 50th anniversary of our favorite shark, and Universal's put out some special things to help celebrate all the teeths.
We usually do 4th of July at Disney World, but this year we thought we would 4th of July with Jaws, our favorite movie for the holiday.
In style. So it's your number one choice in foodie infotainment. We're here to investigate the things so you don't have to. Because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Take a bite out of life.
It's time to foodie and chill. Happy 4th of July.
So this wonderfully cute decoration here is the Lobster Taiyaki, which is basically a savory taiyaki pastry filled with lobster salad, as if the little cute sharky ate and then puked up the lobster, because who wants to eat bottom-feeding shellfish? We can understand that. I never thought we would get something as cute as this here. Over in like Universal Beijing, they have a shark hot dog. We don't get that here, but we're finally getting like at least a cute pastry. Lobster salad, it's a bit strange, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it. They gave me a lemon. I'm assuming they gave it to me like a special item in a video game that I kind of need it. So I'm gonna spritz a little bit up there, and then I'm gonna cut into the sharky's mouth. I don't really want to. He's so cute. So all they did when they were making this is they just scooped some of the lobster salad in here. But there's nothing else in here. It's really just the pastry and the lobster salad in its mouth. But I like that they actually took the effort to scoop it in there. For me. Now I'm just having to scoop more. Maybe a spoon would have been a better way to go. It's definitely given lobster a salad. I liked what the lemon is sort of doing, so it's not so strong mayo-y, not so strong and tart. It definitely balances out that lobster flavor. I wonder what kind of lobster they put in here where this thing is only like $15, because I would think that lobster normally would be much more expensive. At least it's cute. I'm going to give that with the pastry a 3.75 out of 5 claws. And I want to try the salad by itself. See if maybe the pastry is adding something unique to it. This is a lobby in there. I'm realizing that even though this is really just like basic bare bones lobster salad, it's been a very long time since I've had any level of seafood in Universal Park. Outside of Epic, it's a whole different food paradise that I've liked. We've had a lot of fish, or I've had a lot of fish at Lombard's, and I've hated every single piece I've ever gotten from there, but this is actually passable. Is this going to change somebody's horizons on eating fish or shellfish? Absolutely not. But honestly, it's quite passable for like a quick snack, and it's more themed and on point than I think I've seen in Universal in a very long time. Even Halloween Horror Nights, which has been kind of sad the last couple of years, but it's coming up and we will be back. I would give this entire thing, even just the salad by itself, a 3.75 out of 5 claws. The pastry, hit and miss. I think the whole thing deserves a 3.75 out of 5 claws. It's cute, it's themed. I'm not mad about having spent money on it, even though I used a gift card for Mardi Gras that we still had left over, but still technically paying for it.
You didn't even know it was in your wallet.
Nope, it's been sitting in my wallet since Mardi Gras this year. I completely forgot it was there, and I accidentally pulled it out, and I was like, I wonder if there's any money left on this. $50, apparently. Never forget your gift cards. Use every red cent. And you don't have to use them at the event that you bought them at. You can use them at any Universal Park. Don't be like me.
As one does when we 4th of July, we celebrate Long Island. Because if you're a New Yorker, you know that New York is the center of the universe. I am not a New Yorker. I do not agree with that statement, but that is the thing that people say. So we have the Long Island, but it's a mocktail. There is an actual version of it that does have liquor. Wasn't feeling it, so mocktail. I mean, I knew based on reading the description that it was just going to be flavored Sprite, but it is so flavored Sprite that it is not good. And I don't know how you get Long Island from this at all. I wouldn't even say law. That's it. Not even a law. Maybe like for the Long Island, you know? Like, it's not. This is not as advertised. But if you're looking for like a tangy, almost grapefruity Sprite, this is your jam. I guess this is what independence tastes like.
Freedom from alcohol.
Freedom isn't free. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 freedoms. It's more than $1.05, and I think I'm gonna be sacrificing it to the bear gods. The Florida man, I should say, Florida man gods, aka bear.
So an Amity Island, because you gotta put the Amity Island Long Island mocktail. So Amity Long Island mocktail. Either way, I heard a really cruel joke that Long Islands were the drink of the depressed divorced dad, and I take offense to that. I have a lot of divorced dad friends, and they are not depressed. But understand, the origins of the Long Island are rather dubious. When you think about other drinks like Mai Tai, that's a vacation drink, okay? When you have like normal single drinks in a mixer, that's party drinks. But like Long Island's 4 liquors and some mixers sounds like you're having a bad day. So what better way to brighten up your day than a mocktail version of that? Because here we're not depressed, we're celebrating independence, even if you're celebrating from your own country. Yeah, I meant that. I can see where they were going. Trying to achieve that weird, tart, wannabe iced tea, but really is just a recipe for a very painful hangover the next day. And you want to get that same effect in a mocktail? Long Island is not. Refreshing? I'm willing to argue maybe on a good day. But really, it's just Sprite with some things added. It tastes more like cranberry Sprite, and cranberry is the most of the mixture than anything, but they tried. At least it's cold. 3 out of 5 plus. Call me anti-American, but I'll be honest with you, I hate funnel cake. I think it's a bunch of powdered BS in a paper boat, and nothing about a funnel cake has ever looked appetizing to me in its entire life, in my entire life. I love gummy bears, gummy worms, gummy sharks. Even that cannot excite me for what's in this 50th Jaws paper boat here. But you do have a little mini funnel cake with fresh strawberries in here, fresh quote unquote, and then the same gummy shark you get in the Ocean Attack. I'm sensing a theme here. Do something. Probably not. Let's try to get an all-in bite of the gummy shark, the strawberry, and the funnel cake.
You're supposed to use a knife with that.
It's kind of hard with one hand. That tastes like kids' cereal gone horribly wrong. Like, it's like crunchy funnel cake with a little bit of powdered sugar. The funnel cake, I guess, is okay, depending on if you like your funnel cakes more soft or more crunchy. This one's more crunchy. This fresh strawberry just feels like jarred strawberries diced in syrup poured on top, and the gummy shark adds literally nothing. It's just a weird texture on top of a crunchy funnel cake. It literally tastes like you took Captain Crunch with Frosted Flakes and then just put strawberry preserves on top with the gummy shark. And if that's making your stomach turn hearing that, that's because that's exactly what it tastes like. One thing about saying that funnel cake is anti-American is that while I do have a lot of negative things to say about our world burning down around us right now, I challenge this country to do better. You can start with something easy, whatever the hell that is. Don't do that to me. That'll make me want to move to Canada. I would give that a 1 out of 5 claws. You can eat it. I just don't understand why you want to. I worry for the contents of my stomach, the lining of my stomach. How my stomach's gonna be mad at me in 3 to 4 hours because every time we get any sort of themed cocktail here at Universal Studios. Again, not Epic Universe. I am never, ever talking about Epic Universe when I say that. These drinks have been god-awful. They were god-awful at Halloween Horror Nights. They were god-awful at Mardi Gras. They were god-awful for the Holiday Festival last year. They have been consistently awful for at least the last 2 years. All sponsored by Coca-Cola, which does not give me any more sort of faith that they're going to be any better. So we have a frenzied Fizz. You have Captain Morgan Spiced Rum, a raspberry puree, stone fruit syrup, and then a Coca-Cola Orange Dream. So an orange, raspberry, stone fruit soda with Captain Morgan. I mean, the only themed scary part is it reminds me of the St. John's River water. And I would never want to drink that either. But here we are. It's like CVS cough syrup with Captain Morgan in it. Not great. My stomach is committing this mistake, but this feels like more like something I use to clean my driveway than I would actually drink. 1.5 out of 5 claws. Amityville has shown us a good time for the boardwalk-ish fair they have, all the photo ops, the hanging sharks. It makes us kind of sad because we always root for the shark.
Yeah, I was just watching a new shark documentary on Netflix too that was pretty cool about the Ocean was her name.
Sandy Ocean Serene?
I forgot. But anyway, it was really interesting. So
yes.
There's that. We're not going to stay for the fireworks, so we're just going to hang out, eat some American food, and go home.
Yeah, we got to feed us a princess while honoring the shark attack. We love how well themed it is over here, and we want more little miniature themed things here. This
Agreed.
Feels like a studio.
Agreed. So this is a thing that I have actually been missing since the last time we came to Mel's. It's been quite some time since we've been to Mel's. And Bear and I have been going to Epcot for 4th of July every year for the last 4 years. So I found it really exciting to do something different. And then also prior to that, before we moved to Orlando, when we lived in Jacksonville, I would cook an all-American spread. And it was usually, either hot dogs or burgers. I would make onion dip from shallots so Bear can have it from scratch, and then, do a little American spread. I'm excited that after 4 years of not doing that, after we are done filming this, we get to go home and enjoy a spread, and I get to enjoy my dipping sauce again. One thing I'm not making this year is a hot dog. This is the chili cheese dog. What is more American than a hot dog and a baseball game? But chili and vegan cheese, a lot of raw onion. Had I known they were going to put this much raw onion on it, I probably would have asked for it to be light onion. And since Bear's intolerant, I'm just gonna... There we go. That's a little bit better. So here we go. Cheers to 4th of July. It's a tribute to all things, but mostly America. And the beautiful melting pot that we are. Something about the way they cook this field roast, it gives you more of that like traditional hot dog flavoring than just like cooking a regular field roast at home. I love that. The chili is delicious. It's a little bit on the sweet side. I like my chili a little more tangy or a little more savory, maybe with a little bit of a kick to it. This one definitely needs hot sauce, but I understand they're not going to make it spicy so that it's for all palates, but they should offer hot sauce here, especially since this is like a California-themed George Lucas restaurant. But yes, sweet side for the chili. I like the vegan cheese. Vegan cheese is fab. Raw onions is a little extra. The poppy seed bun confuses me because I'm used to going to like Portillo's and getting like a Chicago dog with that. So, I mean, it's a thing. It's America. I personally think I make better chili dogs at home, but it's still tasty and it's still giving me the Jaws vibes that we all want. So, I don't fault it for that. American graffiti it up. I would give it a 4 out of 5 hot dogs.
The Frankfurter, the Glizzy, the Hot Diggity Dog. Nothing is more American than tubes of meat between bread. If it's one thing that we like doing, it's grilling, it's bread, it's shoving things in our gullet. And yes, fried as well. But either way, some smoky field roast goodness, the vegan cheese, raw onions. I've never been a raw onions on a hot dog kind of person. I haven't really been a hot dog person in a very long time. I'll eat hot dogs one and one way only. It's chili, relish, and a little bit of mustard. Chili and cheese, I'll make a small exception. Very small. I like the boldness and the choice. Mel's is just like your all-American diner. And the laziest thing you could have done was to make this a Beyond hot dog, which is what one would expect. The fact that they have gone with field roast and stuck with field roast, it being one of the better hot dogs you can get. When we make our chili dogs at home, we use the field roast stadium dogs, those are like the super long ones. So this is just like cooking it ourselves. Chili's got a little bit of kick to it, not like spicy, but of the spices. So like it's like a 1.5 out of 10. That's only because of like the peppery flavor. But it's given chili, it sticks well. I can do a little bit more cheese, maybe a little bit melted. And other than that, it's a minor complaint. Given that Mel's is just your burgers and hot dogs and shake diner, they do what they do rather well. I'd be willing to give this a 4.25 out of 5 claws. When you hit all the basics right, I cannot help but give you a higher rating. I ordered the plain Jane, normal American, good old wee bale hay and speed chili cheese hot dog. I got mine without the raw onions, but I really feel like Princess had the prettier of the looking dog. She gets shredded cheese. I get cheese sauce and a sliced, messy, inferior looking chili. But if she was brave enough to pick hers up, I feel obligated to do the same. Another temptation, especially like diner level or like stadium hot dog, to put liquid cheese on top of a hot dog. I have always felt that shreds were the way to go, but you put the shreds underneath the chili so that it melts. Liquid cheese is just entirely too messy for like a hot dog. When we make our hot dogs at home, our chili dogs, cheese underneath, chili with more cheese on top, and that's giving us like the right balance of cheese and chili. This feels like too much cheese, not enough chili, and it's just sort of like leaking out of both ends, which is exactly what I would normally expect to do after a full day of eating at Universal Studios. But honestly, it's the least offensive hot dog I've had in quite a while. Should you run here for this? No. But if you're feeling some all-American diner flavors, Mel's has got you. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
I couldn't come here and not get the vegan chili cheese fries, but also I'm kind of regretting it because the fries are they're very light in color. And then again, with the hella onions, I'm just gonna move all the onions to the side for Bear. And now you can actually see the chili. I should really just put this on my hot dog if I hadn't already consumed the whole thing. 2 mass quantities of hot dog. Woo. Cheers to a fry. May the fry of July be with you. With the undercooked French fries, it just tastes like my hot dog part 2. The fries are really soft, and when you put something like heavy, like chili on it, it just dissolves everything underneath. So it's just like chili with chunks and not enough cheese. It has potential, and last time we came here, it was much better than it is this time. But this time, it's a little sloppy. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 fry. It usually gives good fry, but just not today.
Vegan chili cheese fry, I feel like there was more chili on the hot dog than there is on these fries. It's not even like layered, it's just like a tiny clump of the chili on top of fries. With chili fries, I need a 2-to-1 chili to fry ratio. And this has failed the ratio. You have failed these fries. That's a me and Princess inside joke, but if any of you get the joke, by all means, flame me in the comments for that one. You have failed this city. Go ahead and dive right in here. You can see them already turning to mush under the chili. They do not hold up well. They were not properly crisped. Such wasted potential. They could have been a contender. They're the correct thickness for what I would think of a chili cheese fry. You don't want shoestring fries with chili cheese fries, but they're just so soft on their own. They just sort of disintegrate underneath it, so it's like weirdly chunky mashed potatoes under not enough chili. Breaks my heart a little bit because their vegan chili here is actually quite good. I give it 2 out of 5 plus. Happy 4th of July from the streets of Hollywood here at Universal Studios.
We hope you had a wonderful and safe 4th of July since you're watching this on the 5th of July, and we appreciate you taking the time out of your holiday to spend a little bit of time with us.
I have faith in each and one of you in this community that you will celebrate the things that make us whole as a country, this gigantic melting pot of unique and diverse peoples. Yes. You deserve to be celebrated because you are this country. Now, as always, if you want to see more universal things, the comments will be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, maybe Bear will just yeet himself into a bad 4th of July because he didn't get any comments from you? Maybe?
You heard the girl.